How are you this afternoon? I don't know. I just hit my live. It is 3:15 a.m. in DC. Now they know better, but they are popping firecrackers. Y'all ain't ran out of firecrackers yet. I sworn y'all ran out of firecrackers. I guess not yet. Damn it. I ain't ran out of no firecrackers. But hello, I am Tank and welcome to Black Like That. Hope you are being black like that and you are being unapologetic as well. So just to go ahead and jump in, I am gonna do a little bit of a sound check right quick, guys, and then I'll be good to go. Today is now Monday morning. It's Monday morning. Hold on 1 minute. Let me check something and see something. Well, it sounds good. So let's go. So let's jump into this. So if you have not heard, rest in peace to Nolan Wells. What piques my interest in this Nolan Wells case that's going on right now is that oh y'all, I forgot to go do something right quick. What piques my interest is this is that I was born in Mississippi, um, and to be born there and to understand the atmosphere of the South, and to know the history of the South, and to be able to kind of come from a place of understanding, because I heard somebody say the other day, you got to be aware of where you live, and just because it is 2026, it doesn't mean that some of those ways of the past have not come with the newer generations will, because seems like back in the day, somebody taught them that's how they acted like that, then their kids acted like that, and then their kids acted like that, and it became just a role, pretty much the same thing over and over again. And so when you talk that it's ingrained in you, you know, you got to be a little bit more cautious. I heard Funky Dineva say the other day. I was watching Funky Dineva. We'll look at that too. But you know, be aware, because I mean, to know is to know. So anyway, let's jump into this. Give me 1 second, and then because I have not really looked into the case, because it's just kind of like, you be over something, and I think I was just kind of over it right at that point. So let's get into this. There we go. So let's get an update on what the actual case is saying and what happened. Let's go. Let's dive in.
Is still reeling from the loss of a beloved community member, coming together for a peaceful protest to demand justice for 18-year-old Nolan Wells. Just 1 week after he went to Horn Island to celebrate the 4th of July with friends and never came home. 2 days after that trip, investigators made the heartbreaking discovery. Wells's body found in the water offshore. His parents, Christine and Elmore Wansley, telling GMA they want honesty and transparency and a thorough investigation into their son's death. Authorities say his friends claimed Wells decided to stay behind on the island, but his parents say that wasn't his character. They also told GMA that when they retrieved Wells's phones, some texts appeared deleted and his Snapchat accounts were empty. Wells, a wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College, was expected to be back with his teammates for preseason this week. We spoke with his head coach, Les George, who says the team is devastated by the loss of a beloved teammate.
We had a team meeting that evening once everyone had moved into the dorms and settled in, and we didn't talk about football. We just talked about how the most important thing right now is that we're here for each other, and made sure that we had counselors in place for them.
Now, Nolan's parents have now flown his body from Mississippi to Washington, D.C. for an independent autopsy with help from former NFL quarterback and activist Colin Kaepernick as they await results as protesters call for answers. The Jackson County Sheriff says the investigation is ongoing and welcomes that independent review. Gia?
And those parents really want those answers.
Okay, so right now we see that um this for one is just sad. Um for one, being in Mississippi is one thing, but from what I understand from the case, he was on his own. He was the only black kid in the room. Being Crump has stepped into this situation from what I see as well. So I want to go through and get this story of how this happened. So let's tune into this because it's been a couple days now. Um, so let's go over here to. So I'm gonna check in. I got Let's look into this one. This is Doctor Rashid. Is that Rashid? Yeah. So let's go through this. I haven't really looked into this because it's kind of like not overwhelming, but it's just always some shit, always some shit. But let's see what this writer is saying.
Of the black male athlete, he goes on a trip with his white friends. He's the only African American. He dies. The sheriff is now quick to conclude that there's no evidence of criminal action and foul play. And there's another twist. Put it up for mass. You're looking at the Mississippi sheriff overseeing the investigation. His name is John Ledbetter. He was in our initial reporting. He has now told TMZ that everything investigators have gathered so far indicates no crime has taken place, even after interviewing the friends Nolan was last seen with. Before I continue, cause and effect is in proximity to each other, simply meaning you don't have time, Sheriff, to conclude an exhaustive investigation. When somebody drowns, typically the conclusion of cause of death, or if there's foul play, comes from the medical examiner, because the evidence that would have been, preserved is no longer preserved on the epidermis of a body, because water destroys evidence of foul play. And so you find cause of death by way of medical examination. They have not done that in the sheriff's department. There's more. ABC reports that authorities said they believe Wells drowned, and they already conclude they do not expect foul play. But the sheriff's office stressed Wednesday that investigators are, quote, working diligently to determine exactly what occurred, end quote. But what about the deleted messages on Nolan's phone? We're going to get into that. Now, the sheriff wants us to believe that even though he has concluded, along with his investigators, there's no crime, he wants us to believe that they are still going to investigate it, obviously, as if there's a crime. There's more. Attorney Ben Crump, our dear brother and friend, is on the case. Family of Mississippi teen Nolan Xavier Wells will conduct an independent autopsy. We talked about this when we first covered it. It's important. This will be in Washington, D.C., following the 18-year-old's mysterious death. According to Attorney Ben Crump, who revealed new details about what he says unfolded on the day Wells vanished, the friends left Horn Island and went back without Nolan. Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter said, quote, from what we understand.
This is going to get kind of lengthy. And I got so much to say in so much little time. Okay. So basically, we are getting the story of this. Long story short, okay, we got the little information. So what I seen, what I heard, he was at a pool, some type of pool party. Well, he was the token black kid, basically. He was there. and he was from what I understand, he was probably the only one in the room. I didn't see any other pictures with any other black kids there. And before I just kind of go off the deep end on this right here, I want to kind of uh let's go over here to this, and let's see Rachel, this girl named Rachel True or Rachel something like that. She had this to say, and I'm gonna let Funky Dineva kind of take us in to what some of my sentiments are about the situation. Let's go.
Rachel True says blaming Nolan Wells' parents for not warning him about white friends is internalized racism. She says the amount of people in here blaming the black parents for letting their son socialize with white kids instead of going after the white parents for failing to teach their kids not to kill or abandon their friends is weird and internalized racism. And to that, I want to tell you, Rachel Nolan, you need to shut the FUCK up, because you sound like one of them whitewashed black people that honestly have no earthly idea of what it means to be black in the real world. Because when you black in the real world, you don't have the time or the luxury to operate in what would be a perfect world.
Nope.
You have to operate with what is.
Yep.
Okay. Rachel goes on to say, my parents moved from New York City to all white upstate New York, and then explained that I couldn't go to school dances because they would lynch me. So no need to explain reality to me. I'm a grown Gen X adult. Point the finger at the culprits, racists of different white parents and their kids. Here's the thing, Rachel. Black people have long realized that we have to err on the side of caution.
Very.
Okay.
Very much.
Somebody says, what did she say wrong?
Dude, guess how much it cost me
got
to make
commercials
sure my family
and I
gets
get that.
$1
Thank you. We're
million
gonna pay
ever
him.
happens to me.
We're gonna pay him.
What did she say wrong? Well, the first thing that she said wrong was that it was internalized racism. And it's not internalized racism, it's externalized survival. Okay, that's what it is. Y'all can sit around and raise y'all children on these ideas. Somebody says she's right. No, the fuck she not. No, she's not. She's not right. No, the hell she's not. She ain't right by no stretch of the imagination. And all the other time, I'm so confused that what she said was wrong. I'm gonna tell you what you do then. Let me tell you what you do, and I want you to look at me clearly. Go send your kids out there with a bunch of white folks. Just send them on out there, and don't tell them nothing. Send them out there.
Don't tell them.
Send them out unsupervised. Don't tell them nothing about the world.
Right.
Don't tell them nothing about history. Let yours die. And then we'll have a conversation about we should be fussing at the white parents. We wouldn't have to fuss at the white parents if you did what you had to do with the black kids up front. Y'all want to die on this hill of what the world should be. In a perfect world, you're absolutely right. We wouldn't be saying, well, the parent shouldn't have sent his ass over there. However, history has shown us that the parent shouldn't have sent his ass round there, okay? When are y'all gonna get that through your head? Right here sounding like Amber Rose. I'm not.
And the long story short, let's go to my sentiments on this. Again, rest in peace to Nolan Wells. The blame is to be put on whoever did something to him. For one, if from what I understand, a 10-mile stretch, 8-mile stretch across the lake or the water they was on. I'm not sure. I don't think the baby could have swam that far. But to take off what Funky just said, you have to understand that this is America. Okay. Sometimes I call it America, because we ain't got so ghetto. We just rip the A off this hole, and the sign only say America because the A is off. That's how I look at America sometimes, or either I look at it as Camberell's wig. But either way it goes, you have to understand that we are America, and the basis of the beginning of our great again country, as Trump says, it was based off of racism and patriarchy and control. and a lot of brainwashing as well, especially with black people. Especially that's how you still have Officer Tatum's, you have Sneakos, you have the Candace's people. You have these type of people because just because over generations, I said on my other channel, things pass down, you know, that way of thinking passes down. And civil rights was given 1965. Okay. Okay. Now, mind you, before this, they had the amendment where we set the slaves free and stuff like that. But why didn't they come then? Because they went into Jim Crow and everything else. So stuff like this is a part of America's history. You know, this is why you need to know America's history. But in all standing of that, we still some black people. I see his mama a little light skin. I want to be a part of them. No, 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 baby. You could not have a child like me. I'm dog skin, chocolate, right? With me being dark skinned, one thing, and I was born in Mississippi, okay? My mother, my mother consistently, her having a lot of boys, she was the type of person where she reminded us of awareness. And we were not, she didn't teach us to be racist, but she taught us to be very cautious that we knew our history. Okay. We knew our history, okay? Because she was not finna send any one of her sons out there. She tell us real fast if the police pull you over, okay, shut up, do whatever he say do, okay, and until you get home, and you can get out of there with your life. We can fix the rest of it later, but I need you to get out of there with your life. So she taught us, and we seen as well coming up how things were. And we've moved to a time frame now where we have people, racism is gone and people aren't, you are a damn fool to still feel like racism is gone. I don't know how. I don't know how. Was he, did he, because my thing is this, I tell you, I was just saying, like, I think, it was like that, they get out type of thing or something, or whatever. Something happened. I think they sacrificed him because I don't know, it's something weird going on because the boys that was on the boat with him, they was underage, but I heard they was underage, and then they was drinking. And on top of it too, they've deleted their Instagram pages. And on top of it too, their parents are powerful in the state because they are lawyers and judges and stuff like that. Yes, some folks should have maneuvered this out the way. Okay. Okay. This baby bottle was found later, you know. And being black, you cannot get to this. It's like Trayvon Martin, you know, the other baby. It's so many names you can go through, but you know, walking home, the kid walking home with the Arizona tea and Skittles, right? Your baby, and it's like you wanna, and it's kind of sad because you want to be able to teach your child independence, right? So you teach your child this independence, and the thing is, you have to teach them to coincide because white people don't have to teach their children the same shit. They just don't. They just don't. They don't have to teach their children to watch out for the police. They don't have to teach their children to be aware or to shut up how you feel or don't flinch. And we have, it's a whole it's a bachelor's degree you got to get before you go outside. A bachelor's degree. Okay. You in the South, you got to have a bachelor's degree to go outside. And common sense. You can have all the book sense in the world, but you need common sense to survive in these streets. Okay. Now, over to what Funk and Aniwa just said. I agree with him. You know, I cast blame. 50% of this blame is on the people who did it, but 50% is on the parents as well. It is no damn way well, honey. Okay. Being a pastime Mississippian, baby, I would ever, send my son, my daughter out with a group of all white kids. Okay. Out anywhere by themselves. We ain't doing that, baby. You ain't going. You finna go to your cousin's house. Yeah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But you got to teach them precaution because the weight is in numbers. Now, if it was like 4 or 5 and everybody was cool, their little group cool together, it's a protection. Don't mean you can cool to other people because sometimes these younger kids, they have had inherited a portion of what racism is too. They're just the worst version. You know, just a lot of times, a lot of these kids out here, they feel entitled. So you can imagine what an entitled, you know, taught racism type of kid would be in Mississippi. Hint, hint. Carmelo Anthony, you know, his case. Look at this. You know, these are southern states. That was Texas, this Mississippi. You know, I heard somebody else say, you know, you the people, yeah, my baby is the only black girl in the class. That is nothing. I agree with Funk again. It is nothing to be proud about. You know, you know, I'm glad that your child is cultured. I'm not saying you keep your child away from somebody, but you know, making pictures of that they're aware. Because I mean, because you know, you got the officer tater them, sneako them. A good part of this is this. That Chud guy, and these other people, they'll remind you, you can be the flunky all day long, just like how what's that, Laura Luma and Candace got into it, and she got on there and called Candace a black, and then nobody black in America, no black Americans we had nothing to say because it's Candace fight. Candace wanted to be over there. She wanted to be, you know, she wanted to be closer to whiteness. Because in America, a lot of people sometimes they feel like the closer I am, the better I'll be. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Officer Tatum, I'm a part of the group until they start calling you the N-word to your face. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's 2026. Okay. Now, these are people of my age in their 30s and stuff. Can you imagine their children, which would be in this bracket? Or 40s, 50s, they're in this bracket. These are kids. Okay. No, no. Tell them, say, listen, I love you, son, but I know you want to got your friends and all that, but just out of caution, we're not going to do that because they, you know, baby, from history showing, you know, teach them. No, I'm not going to be, you know, no. So, yeah, you know, but that's a teaching that we have to unlearn. But other than that, something happened to that baby. It really did, man. Something happened. It's weird stuff going on. Pictures floating out. Time zones messed up or whatever. His parents found, and you know, being in Mississippi, you remember the Trey case, I think, where he was hanging. They found him hanging at the school out there at the college. Hey, you see what I'm saying? They botched these cases like this. This is America. This is what we would try to tell the brown and black immigrants. We've been here. We know how it go. Now the sad part about it is we need y'all. We need people in America who've been here already. I need y'all asses to remember so we can start repeating this. It's not saying that all white people are bad, but it's telling you to be for you to keep this out your mind of no the fuck it ain't. No, it ain't. Because then it doesn't become real until they hit your front door, which is stupid because it needs to if it's in your if trust me, if it's in my neighborhood, it could get on my street, it can come in my driveway, it can knock on the door, it could enter. Sure can. Sure can. You don't think because it's on your street, it won't pull in your driveway and knock on your door and pull you out your house and disrespect you and then take your money? Baby, please. Mm-mm. History. History, history. Emmett Till. History. Okay. Rest in peace to Nolan Wells. We'll be stepping on this case, but the mystery deepens. The mystery is deeper. I don't know, but of course, every day it's going to be something to find out. The body's now in DC. I think he's here in DC, so we'll see what the independent autopsy has to come out with. But something is definitely ain't right. Something in the buttermilk ain't clean. But you know, let this be a history. Like again, let it be awareness to you over here from BlackLikeDat. That baby. um if it's you know us black foundational black Americans, black American people like us, you know, yes, we love our country, but we know what comes with it. hmm And if you stop forgetting or want to be stop forgetting, like just like the Haitians thought, we're going to be apart. Trump said, "Get out. I can't deport the blacks, but I can deport y'all. Get the fuck out." Yeah, this is America. He deported all the Cubans and things. It's America. Yeah, don't forget the history. This is why when people come over to our country, all we ask for is respect, because we ball with this every day. Every day. We go with this every day. With this. Every day. To the point where sometimes it becomes numb. If something like this becomes numb to a community, shouldn't it say a lot too? It does say a lot to me. I don't know. Well, I can't take any more of this because it's overwhelming. I am Tank, and welcome to Black Like That. Hit like and subscribe. Tell me what you think, and